Welcome back to the North American Star League Season 4 Grand Finals, live from the Center Theater in Long Beach, California. We are in game number 5. We are tied up at 2 each. And we're jumping into Abyssal City, Kev, and I think it's just time that we get right down to it. We've had some great games played all season long. We've had some great games played in our postseason, and here we are in game number 5 between the two best.
Oh, exactly, man. This is everything we've been waiting for the course of the last 3 or even 4 months, I'd say. Our final was somewhere in the summer, Season 3. Now we are here. Time flew by. We have Violet against Hero in the final, and it's everything that I predicted so far, or what I thought of this final. I knew that was going to be close. My personal prediction, that I said in the interview as well, was I thought that Hero was going to take it 4-2. Now, after the first 2 games, that looked a little grim, but after the last 2, Ben, I'm still feeling quite confident in that prediction.
I predicted a 4-3 victory for Hero, but I also said Violet is just as capable of winning. It'll be 4-3 either way. I am very eager to see who it is that comes out on top, and I'm very eager to see what Hero has planned for us, as he has gone for a gateway opening.
Yeah, Hero keeps switching it up, man. Even though these are small things, he went 2 times Nexus first, but just the fact where he places buildings is already a little bit different, and this is actually going to be very different. Hero opening up with the gateway on the high ground and taking gas before doing anything else. Probably going to just chrono boost out a Zealot and then a Stalker, and perhaps even more Stalkers trying to be aggressive early on. This is something that we saw back then on the, what's the name of that small 2-player map with the gateways, the Zelnaga Watchstars?
Oh man, what is the name of that weird map?
The Larva map. Anyone?
Dual Side. That guy's a hero.
You are.
Everybody clap for that guy.
Woo! Yeah, that used to be quite popular on that map, because that was such a small map that if you got the Stalkers out early on, you might were just able to kill a ridiculous amount of Zerglings, because of course slow links have a pretty difficult time. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Violet adjust his build order and perhaps just throw down an Extractor and go for quicker speed, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And I also think that's the right call, man.
Yep, great call, Kevin. I agree with you. Speedlings give supreme map control against these kind of gateway openings. Great Overlord Scout, by the way, from Violet, recognizing exactly what he's playing against. Yes, the Zealot Stalker opening was very popular on Dual Side. Abyssal City is also a 2-player map, but it's a much longer 2-player map. It's going to take quite a while for these units to get across.
Yep, I don't think that Hero, I don't think this was what Hero was hoping for. I think he just hoped that Violet went for quick 3 hatcheries, and then he was able, was going to be able to deal a lot of damage. But if he knows that Extractor went down, he's going to have to be quite careful. There's still going to be a small window where he's going to force out more units than normally, and he's going to be able to kill quite a few links as well. But you have to be so careful. You cannot overcommit. You can really not afford to lose 2 or 3 Stalkers early on. He has quite a bit of money saved up. Is he going to drop the Nexus, or is he going to drop more gates? I guess it's going to be the Nexus.
Yeah,
Hero.
I think so. Surely.
That's going to be a Sentry follow-up, so I think it's going to be the Nexus.
Okay, yeah, there is a probe in the natural. It's a scouting probe. He will be dropping that Nexus with that guy.
Now, of course, guys, what we shouldn't forget, yes, this is quite worse for Violet, this economy, than the standard 3 hatch opening, but you shouldn't forget that this is also worse for a Protoss. This means that the natural Nexus is quite a bit later, and he's been spending Chrono Boost on the Gateway and on other stuff. So it's not the same as always. Hero gets the confirmation right now that there's no turret base yet for Violet. He's going to see the Queen here, he's going to see that Spine Crawler, and I think he's going to realize that he won't be able to deal all that much damage. And he's probably quite happy with the fact that he already wiped in that Nexus and only went for 1 Stalker. Oh, this Stalker is going to be in a little bit of trouble, Ben.
Zealot does hack away at a couple of drones. Stalker's trying to run for his life, but unfortunately,
that's the wrong exit, man.
I don't want to be here, guys. He is going to go down.
Excellent play by Violet in the opening phase of this game. That's what I love, man. Not go into robot mode, not just do what you always do, but as soon as you realize that something is off from your opponent, do not forget why we used to open up like this. The reason why Zerg players used to take quick gas is because of stuff like this. And the reason why they didn't do it anymore is because the Protoss went either Nexus first or 4 Nexus. Yeah, you can still go quick gas, and it's not the end of the world, but why would you want to sacrifice 4 drones early on to get gas and not really do anything with it?
Exactly. We do now sort of reach a point of relative stability with both players working on their expansions. Violet's making lots and lots of drones. Hero's been doing a good job chrono boosting probes. Still has, well, just lost the worker lead, 6 minutes, 40 seconds. So he's in a pretty okay spot economically.
This is going to unfold so weird now, though, because now everything is different. Even though this is just like the opening phase of the game, the entire game is going to play out different. Maybe we'll use... we have double evolution chamber on the way. I might say, like, hey, maybe because it's 2 base and because he knows that his opponent opened up with 3 gates, might have even seen some Mutalisks, but I find it a little bit unlikely with double evil chamber on the way.
Yeah, this usually points towards some kind of infestor Zergling playstyle. We'll see if that is in fact what Violet ends up doing.
More gateways on the way for Hero, Ben. Maybe
yes,
some 6 gate action or soon even more.
6 gates, and this is going to be a very fast 6 gate because of the gateway opening, warp gate.
The only problem is he only has 5 gates now.
That's right. That's 1 less than we need for a 6 gate.
Yes.
So that might not be what we're seeing after all, but Hallucinate is being researched, +1's on the way as well, and it looks like Violet, or I'm sorry, it looks like Hero does want to do something aggressive.
Violet is still looking a little bit more perhaps like Mutalisk after all, or he just does this for Infestor, but he didn't even see, okay, he did see those units leave, never mind, he saw it with the Overlord, so he does know what's going on, he's already getting more spine crawlers, and this is the beauty for Violet right now, he only has to defend 2 bases, and there's only 1 entrance to those 2 bases, so this is completely fine for him.
Yep, and gateway only is very, very mediocre against spine crawlers. It'll be quite hard.
It's an understatement.
Yeah, it'll be quite hard for Hero to get in there. So I think it's looking pretty okay for Violet. Now, the one thing that we have to keep in mind is that it's 2 base against 2 base. And I think in general, Protoss is always going to be happy to play 2 base against 2 base.
And I think this was just perhaps one big fake for Hero. But oh, he's even going to fake the Warp Prism. That's so cute.
Well, if he could actually pull the army out of position and then run into the natural, that could do something. But
he's already completely fine. Like Violet just made 5 spine crawlers while it's 2 base against 2 base, and Hero's already transitioning as the Twilight Council is on the way. So really high level play from both players. Of course, Violet did what he have to do. If he doesn't make those spine crawlers, he might be in a world of trouble. So Hero knows how good of a player Violet is. He knows that Violet would make those spine crawlers, and Hero then knows that it's good for him because he's already transitioning, and it's 2 base against 2 base.
Phenomenal use of Hallucinate. I love that we're seeing some more of that, and I also want to remind people that Hallucinate will be, at least for now, free in Heart of the Swarm.
I don't know, man. I prefer to make oracles.
Well, you can make oracles and hallucinate oracles.
Oh, that's good. Just for fun, just a ton. That's gonna be like the Protoss version of dropping mules.
You send the hallucinated oracles to the main. And
when you won the games, you just hallucinate oracles. That means like, get out of my game.
I think the oracle dance is like a disco ball.
Hero did get a Warp Impylon over here, never really used it, so he is going to lose that, but that's not the end of the world for him. We see lots of additional tech going down. We see the robotics facility going down, the Templar Archives going down. So Hero, where are you going to take this?
That's the question of the day. I think it's probably, possibly, and actually very likely going to be some sort of Zealot Archon Immortal push. We've seen some of that in the past. I
agree, but it's very unlikely that he's going to do that of 2 base now. That's so gas intensive.
Yeah, he'll have to get a 3rd if he's gonna do something like that. Or I mean.
And also considering the fact how this game has played out so far, with all the spine crawlers that are there already, now we see the infestors going down. I wouldn't be a big fan of that. I think it would be much better for Hero if he just goes up to 3 bases and eventually gets some Colossus out.
Well, the infestors are very good against that kind of a playstyle. We also have to keep in mind that Fungal does not reach as far as it used to, and feedback becomes much stronger in those situations.
Real Warp Prism is on the way though, man, so I do think it is going to be 2 base Hero. He sends a probe out, but once more, Hero's almost the king of mind games. It might just be a big fake once more.
He's going to research Storm, +2 upgrade finishing up, and more gateways going. Oh, that's annoying. You sneaky little Zergling. There's a Zergling burrowed in my base.
At my natural. I want to expand. Pretty big warp in over here on this bottom side of the map, already 4 High Templars, so this indicates more and more 2 base play out of Hero. There are quite some spine crawlers. Violet getting more and more spine crawlers. I really like the infestors against his army, Ben. Taking a look at the upgrades, we're going to have 2 Zerglings as well. That is pretty massive. And we are going to see Storm. So this is the first time we really see Hero falling back to something different than the Colossus. And we're going to see those High Templars in action. And of course, a couple of Archons as well. It's going to be hard for him to pull this one off, though.
Spine crawlers are rooting right now. Storm's still not quite ready.
Army supply is looking actually very good for Hero. He does have force fields. Oh, he gets 3 infestors.
Fantastic.
That's massive.
Force fields. Feedback does go down. 3 infestors.
That is a massive start of this engagement. These Zerglings, of course, going to have a hard time engaging properly.
The force fields are just phenomenal. 2-2's not ready. That makes the Zealots even better. It just now finished up, so these Lings will be a little more cost-effective. But now there's an Archon in the mix, and Hero hits a great timing.
This is one hell of a way to start this attack. There are still quite a few spine crawlers, but those infestors, they were crucial for Violet to stay alive. Violet has an unusual and uncharacteristic amount of money.
Yeah, it's almost like he was saving for something, but
I think it's just the fact that this game has been so different, and he never had that macro hatch and never had the insane lava production that he would normally have.
Hero's going to continue warping in off of this prism. He does.
Oh.
Oh, man. Storm has finished, and it is a big game changer. Zerglings cannot engage. Zealots, High Templar, and Archons. Just excellent play from Hero. Violet's supply has plummeted. He is down below 80 supply, and Hero is still pushing forward.
7 infestors on their way, but Storm drops as well. GG.
And all of a sudden, your 4-2 prediction is a possibility. Hero winning 3 maps in a row, going up 3-2.
Crazy game on Abyssal, so different to what we see, what we're used to, and this is all to do, I think, perhaps with that infest change as well, even indirectly, even when it doesn't necessarily comes down to the standard openings. A lot of different stuff is possible, and I really like how Hero opened up, how Violet his answer was with the extractor, with the quick speed. I think that was perfect. Then Hero moving out with those gateway units, forcing Violet to make those spine crawlers. That's some really, really high level play.
You know, we might say that Violet made a mistake getting his infestors caught like that, but we also have to keep in mind they have to come farther forward to land those fungals. We are maybe seeing a little bit of the effects of that very small nerf, but perhaps very substantial nerf. That last game, guys, brought to us by Epson Projectors, the #1 projector brand on the planet.
What do you think would have happened, Ben, if those 3 infestors wouldn't have got force-footed out? I mean, Hero did have a 20-25 supply army lead, but 2-2 was about to finish up for those Zerglings, and maybe with 5 or 6 Fungus. Like, Fungo is amazing against that army.
If he could have bought himself time, if he could have finished 2-2, and if he could have fought with both infestors and upgraded lings, there's no telling what would have happened. But the way it turned out, man, Hero is just looking very, very dangerous right now, Kev.
Man on fire, Ben.
We are going to play a very short commercial. We'll be right back with game number 6, Hero versus Violet.